Yeah, thanks. Afternoon, Pep. You okay?
Not bad.
Can we start with an update on Ilkay Gundogan? How is he? Will he be fit to face Everton? And can you also update us on the physical condition of Sergio Aguero? Would he be ready to start the game against Everton?
Team Sergio's 1 year injured, so cannot start from the beginning. But he's ready to come back. Was in the bench last game. He will be again, and as soon we believe he can start, he's going to take minutes. And Gundo is much better, but I don't think he's available for tomorrow. The rest of the players are okay.
You told us last week,
Nathan. Okay.
You told us last week that Kevin De Bruyne would return to training this week. How's he progressing? Has he returned to full training? And is the plan still to be patient with him, or could that be influenced by Gundogan's absence?
No, it's getting better. Really getting better. Today, he did all training with the group, with all of us. So, yeah, he's feeling better. Much better.
16 wins in a row now. Is there almost a feeling of invincibility within the squad that you can win every game?
No. We don't have that feeling. Everything we have done is because we have to run a lot and play good, and the quality of the players did the rest. But every game is tough. Tomorrow will not be an exception, and that's all. So next one is the all important thing.
And a chance to go 10 points clear at the top of the table if you can beat Everton. What have you made of them this season? And under Carlo Ancelotti, do you think they can progress to the next level and consistently challenge for Europe?
Everton always has been one of the greatest teams in England. So this season is much better than the previous season. It's normal. Carlo knows better his players and the club. And like all the teams, Manchester City included, had up and downs. So good moments, bad moments. That is normal. But yeah, the quality from Carlos is always there.
Thank you, Pep.
Okay.
Go to Anita at PLP, please.
Afternoon, Pep. You said that everyone other than Ake is fine. So can I just clarify that Diaz has recovered from the fever and he's in contention to start tomorrow against Everton?
Yeah.
Okay. So Champions League action resumes for your side in just over a week. How does preparation for that first leg of the knockout stage impact your team's selections for these two league games before then?
No one thought about Borussia Mönchengladbach. I know we are going to face them, but no one thought. So what we have done so far is because we were able to think the next one, and next one is Everton. We are not able to think about Arsenal, and after Arsenal, in London we have time to not much because just 3 days you have to travel, but we're going to think about Borussia Mönchengladbach. See, this is only no one thought, honestly. So Everton is the next one.
So can we expect to see full strength squads in both those games then before the Champions League?
Well, you know that I try to involve all the players, so I rotate a lot of players. It's the only chance we have to be everybody involved and everybody fit for the old competitions and all the games. So since a long time ago, we have every 3 days, 4 days, every 3 days, 4 days. So we need everyone. And in these two games, I'm going to try to play as much players as possible. So, but not just for the fact is Borussia Mönchengladbach, just for the fact that I love to let them play as much as possible, all my players, and will not be an exception the next 2 days, 2 games.
Okay, so your team have only conceded 3 goals in the league since the loss to Spurs back in November. I mean, how much of a selection headache are your defenders giving you at the moment?
Always I have headache to choose the best selection, the best 11. Yeah, for sure. But at the end, it's not just about the back four. Everybody's involved, but we cannot deny the back four. Last 2 games, Aime was brilliant, and especially John and Ake, John and Ruben were outstanding. But Joao and Mendy, when he plays in a cup, and Alex and Kyle and Joao, everybody's doing well. So hopefully we can continue in this way. So our secret is to be consistent behind. Good game plan, and try to attack as much as possible and win games.
Ian at TalkSport, please, guys.
Hi, Pep. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Can I ask you about Jurgen Klopp? We heard at his press conference ahead of their Champions League game, him saying he didn't need a break and he's not fatigued. You went through similar things to what Jurgen Klopp has gone through this season. You went through them last year in terms of both personally and also professionally. Do you have some empathy for Jurgen and some sympathy maybe for him as well?
A lot. What he produced in world football is exceptional. I said many times, when now and last season and the previous season when he's in Germany or whatever. His philosophy makes football attractive for all spectators. He always want to produce joy to the fans, to the world football, for football attack, and there's no doubts about this. But the good moments and bad moments always we have, all of us. So there is no manager or club like can sustain seasons and seasons and seasons and seasons and seasons winning. Will be boring. So sometimes you have to lose to realize, and sometimes it's so effective. Sometimes you have to lose a little bit. I speak personally from my point of view. I don't say for my colleagues. Sometimes it's good lose, or seasons not good enough to realize how difficult it is everything. And when you come back and try to win some games, you give more credit and more value, or more satisfied what you have done or you are doing.
In a way, I mean, as it's been already stated, you can go 10 points clear by beating Everton. You've won 16 games in a row. But in a way, as the great form of this season, has some of that come from last year, whereby your team at times didn't hit the heights or the perfection that you normally ask of them?
You never get the perfection, first of all. So what we have done, honestly, the 16 games in a row or 10, 11 in the Premier League is a consequence to think in the next one and to prepare as best as possible the next game. This is the only secret. It's not the consequence for many, many things. The reality is the game. So 2 months ago, we were not any thoughts for any person in the English world football we could win the Premier League. And now looks like we are the only contenders to win the Premier League. It's 7 points when you have to play still maybe 14, 50 games. So 45, 48 games, 48 points left still to play. A lot of things can happen. So only in my head is Everton, what can we do? What do we have to do to beat them? That's all. Because in February, mid of February, is a lot of points to play. A lot of many things is going to happen. And we are going to drop points for sure. And that is the moment that I want to see. I'm expecting and looking forward the reaction of all of us.
My last one very quickly. John Stones, 2 or 3 years ago, maybe looked like he may even leave the club. People were speculating he may even leave the club. This season, he's been unbelievable, possibly the best English defender in the Premier League. Is that down to you and your coaching, or is that down to him, or a combination of both?
Absolutely him. He said many times. He organized his life. He's incredible professional, and he's not injured. When the previous seasons, every month he was injured, and that's why the problem that we had. And he's an exceptional because he did it. He turned the situation himself. In these situations, the managers cannot help them. He decided to become a football player, a top player, and that's what it is.
Guys, now is a good time to raise your hand to the embargo, but we'll just go to Kieran Canning before we do that.
Hi, Pep. The Champions League returns tonight, but a number of the ties, including your one against Borussia Mönchengladbach, have been moved to a neutral venue. I'm just wondering, are you in favour of a return to one-legged ties like we saw last year? Because there's a assumption that some of the teams that have had their ties at home moved have a disadvantage? And if it does remain with 2 legs, would you be in favour of taking away the away goals rule? Because there's a situation where Mönchengladbach or Leipzig or any team that's had their home tie moved could go out and away goals despite not playing a game at home.
Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, for Mönchengladbach, it would be better to play at home. Last season, we play in Madrid with the spectators, and we play at home without the spectators. And they play, I think, on Friday in Bundesliga. We play on Sunday. So any situation is different. So I would love to play in Gladbach, but it's what it is. So it's difficult for me to understand why we cannot fly to Germany and we can fly to Budapest. So why this country is allowed and the other ones is not allowed. So when the situation is worldwide, it's not difficult for UEFA, for FIFA, for all the competitions. No, we are living in a bubble. We are protecting. Now it comes in 3 weeks, the national teams flying everywhere. It's going to happen for the COVID, and I don't know. It's difficult for all the teams. It's difficult for everyone.